you should instantly hire a bookkeeper or accountant to enter that stuff in, because you can go make $1,000 that day versus just $300. Simple math.
Period. I mean, that's why we make marketing make sense, and that's sense with a C, because this shit
that's the next point.
It makes sense.
Marketing and branding.
That's it. Like
step 5. Step 5 is market. Like step 4 was finances, and we can't go too deep in that because that's a podcast in itself.
That's a podcast in and of itself.
But step 5 is marketing and branding.
Step 5 is a whole fucking podcast in and of itself, because, like, we could just talk about marketing, or we could just talk about branding, because there's a difference. But
we're gonna combine both in the next
right.
point. Only because, hey, look, if you're not paying attention, go to the Common Sense Teach page, go to the What the Fic. I am personally, Josh is gonna have his own on Land Corp, but I'm personally teaching people how to build a business within 5 to 7 days, from a business plan all the way to they selling their first piece of pie,
whatever,
which is proof of concept.
It is.
So the planning was yesterday. Today is marketing and branding. I actually did the marketing and branding and sales and strategy for the company yesterday. And the reason I did is because my passion is marketing and branding.
It's marketing and branding, yeah.
And so what I learned is that with marketing and branding, marketing is different from sales. Marketing is letting the world know about your business. Sales is being able to close a person about your business. I don't know why people confuse them.
I know why.
I explain, because I want to know. The marketing, why do people mess up marketing and branding?
One, people are ignorant, right? Like we don't know a lot of things, right? 2, with that ignorance, when we're presented with something, we make a quick association to it. So when we see ads pop up, we think that's marketing. That's fucking sales.
Oh damn!
Right? When we get those emails to say, hey, you joined a subscription, yada, yada, we got a new thing.
Sales.
That's sales. Okay? So what marketing is, though...
Marketing is like the hook, and sales is the worm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're a fisherman, marketing is the hook. It got to get you on the hook. Sales is the worm to get you to be like, oh, shit, I want to bite it.
I got to bite it.
And then you the fish.
Yeah. Period. That's it.
I'm not gonna be able to hook you if I don't got bait.
Right.
After I get you hooked, because you look at it like, oh shit, that's a worm over there.
Yeah, that's a worm.
It's a worm.
Now wait, man, I love people. Like we can't even, you can't escape self-awareness, because you have to even know yourself well enough to even know how to fucking market your business effectively, right? So. What I mean by that is, you might really, really fucking suck at making videos, and not suck in the sense of like, I could learn to get better. Like, no, your personality type just doesn't suit well with videos.
But I want to say this. I want to pause real quick. Your ego will kill your business.
Self-awareness.
Men and women both have egos. Like. We both have our own ego shit. Like we both.
Man, I talked to a woman last week. She hit me with all ego, bro. All ego. All because I said, I think I made a statement of, if you're not utilizing social media in 5-10 years, you're going to be out of business. And she took that shit personally. Why? Because
she wasn't using social media
on her side, right? So we had a whole fucking back and forth, like 30-minute, 40-minute back and forth, right? Then she fucking calls me, right? She calls me to fucking try to convince me that
you're wrong.
She shouldn't use social media.
Look, Josh, I want to pause real quick because it was a story that I want to make sure we tell. We both sat down at the SBA with a I want y'all to know it was with a college. It was with UALR. I can't make this up. It was at UALR on 2 separate occasions. We never talked about this
at all.
But I told Josh before he went in. I said, Josh. Well, in my mind, I said, hey, look, you don't need a website to run a business.
Okay.
And this goes back to self-awareness. The reason I was self-aware enough to tell you this is because I did it. I was like, hey, bro, I did without a website.
Right.
It's 2020. You can do social media. Social media is a website. Matter of fact, the first thing people go look up is your social media page typically. Even Unemployment looks it up. Like DW, Department of Workforce and Human Services, look up your social media pages. Social Security, look up your social media pages. Any government entity, look at. So you don't think people doing it? Please. That's how trap street dudes get caught up most time.
Yep.
Post everything on social media. Tell them like yourself. But back to this. We sat down in front of this lady with the SBA and we told her that we didn't have a website.
No. She wasn't with the SBA. She was with ASBTC.
That's through the bro. That's a contract through the SBA.
Oh, okay.
They get a grant. they get a grant.
Oh, okay.
It's housed there.
Okay.
It's but
Okay,
no,
I get it.
it is. It is. It is through you.
I didn't want to misrepresent her.
Yeah, exactly. So she was with that and based on those SBA. Mm-hmm. She told both of us that it was no way possible for us to build a profitable business without a website. We both went in there with profitable businesses with just social media. I had built a business for the past 4 years that was profitable. And when I say profitable, I mean after probably the first year, I wasn't even in the red for months. But it's profitable. It was profitable. And Josh too. Yours was
Out the gate.
Yeah, it was profitable. So I want y'all to get, like she said, that there's no way you can build a business just based on social media. The point Josh just made is that if you're not using social media in the next 5 or 10 years, you won't be building a business. That's true.
You will be working for somebody else.
I want y'all to realize the experts that you go to, so-called, at these large organizations don't always have the right answers. That's why you got to have self-awareness.
Man, so what I've noticed about big companies, like, aside from like Nike, TikTok, Apple, Samsung.
Apple actually getting old though. Like
they slipping.
They are.
Wait. So my thing is,
they are slipping.
Those companies are 10 years behind.
They are.
As far as marketing and branding.
They are.
Right?
I agree.
I'm just now seeing people, like I just saw Ralph Lauren, an ad for Ralph Lauren on Facebook. I think that was the first time I've ever seen it.
Well, I mean, go check out The Social Dilemma too on Netflix. Mm-hmm. They have the reason why, but that makes sense. Like, I'm not surprised because he's a legacy brand.
Right.
Legacy brands can make it through any state of time if they're a true legacy brand. Mm-hmm. Coca-Cola is a true legacy brand.
Yeah.
But they ain't been on social media. This is why Gary Vee is so important.
Yeah.
But I just feel like, Josh, step 5 is self-awareness and really, really understanding what it means to get to the next level. This last point that we're going to make, I'm going to do a 6A and 6B. You can do 6A, I can do 6B, or however you want to do it.
I already got my 6A or 6B.
Okay, so this last one will be something from both of us.
Okay.
That, like, the one thing, because people look for tactics all the time. Mm-hmm. What's the one thing that you would tell someone if they need to start a business that they need to do to be successful?
Realize that the reasons that you're saying that you can't are merely excuses. Like there's no reason that you can tell me that you don't have time. No, you've got time. You don't want to sacrifice shit.
Sacrifice.
Oh, well, Josh, I work from 7 to 7 and then I come home. I got to get the kids ready and they in bed by 9. And, I'd be tired as fuck by then, yada, yada, whoop de whoop. And that's totally understandable. I get it. But you said you want to quit your job.
Motivations, bro.
You said you want to quit your job. Like the world doesn't give a fuck about your situation. We don't.
Stop making excuses.
Stop making excuses. What are you doing from 10 till 2? Uh-oh.
Man,
when I give like real deal tactics to people, like, because I take away your excuses. Because I'm big on accountability, right? I take away your excuses. So
I think this is the thing people don't realize. They don't understand compound interest. Just they don't understand compound time. Mm-hmm. And so therefore you get a 401k. That's another podcast.
Yeah.
Because you don't understand the compound of anything, because you only work a job, imagine spending an hour a day, focused time a day on your business. After a week, That's 7 hours.
That's just 1 hour a day.
You gave your job 40 hours a week. Are you not worth 7 hours of your day? 7 hours of your week. That's a little bit over 10%. A little bit less than 10%, right? No, a little bit over 10%. That's 7%.
Yeah.
So are you not worth that? Like, is your family not worth that? Because I'm not saying that everyone needs to build a business, because I don't want people to because this ain't for the weak. Like, yeah. I can't even.
Yeah, that's definitely not what my message is. Because
I can't even act like it is, because it's not for the faint at heart.
It don't give a fuck about your feelings. It don't give a fuck about your life situation.
It don't.
Like, you said you wanted to start a business.
6 stop making excuses.
You said you wanted to quit your job. We didn't come to you and say, like, I've never ran an ad and be like, you should start a business. You should quit your job today. Fuck no.
Not doing that. Because I don't know what your situation is. And so that 6 points you just made, bro, is so impactful, because if people really stop making excuses, an hour a day is 7 hours a week. In 2 weeks, that's 14 hours. In 3 weeks, that's 21 hours. In 4 weeks, do I got to keep going?
Now imagine.
If you spend 2. You spend 2.
Like, y'all, I wake up at 3 a.m. every fucking day. And I go to bed around 9 or 10 o'clock every fucking day. Like, for those 15 hours, I'm devoted to my business. You could have took somebody that started a digital marketing firm 2 years ago, look at their business, and look at mine, and I am fucking waist high above these people. Why? Because I sacrifice sleep. I sacrifice partying.
You said the word sacrifice. It's really good. Sacrifice is needed. You don't got to suffer through this.
It's absolutely necessary.
Most of y'all been suffering through bad relationships for 5-10 years. You've been suffering through taking care of kids that's adults now that really need to start for 5-10 years.
Yeah.
When are you gonna start suffering for yourself? Or sacrificing for yourself? Because I don't like suffering. I love making sacrifices. Like today,
I'll suffer.
For you.
For me?
Yeah, for you. Yeah. But most people suffering for the other person.
Yeah. No, I'm good on that.
So 6A, stop making excuses.
6A.
I'm in with this.
Stop making excuses.
6B. Ooh. Man, 6B. This is my point. And I really, really have to man, it's personal for me. Like, this next point is personal, because the pie company I'm building now is personal. It's a personal project, bro. Like, man, tradition does not trump reality.
It doesn't. And I think that was more so my point with the big companies.
Yeah, that's 6B for me. Like,
it's been working for the last 10 years. This is what we should do now.
No, I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about personal beliefs. I'm talking about the belief system of a person.
Oh, okay.
Like, for instance, the person I'm working with now, they only been working a job for the past 20, 30, 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
Your personal beliefs is not the same as the business beliefs.
Right.
It should be in alignment if you can make it that way. But I'm just trying to get people, man, hey, look, by the year 2035, which is just 15 years away.
That's just 15 years, bro.
I want y'all to think about this. By the year 2035,
we'll be done.
Almost 60% of the workforce is going to be working from home. 60 to 70%. Now, about 50% going to be 1099s.
Mm-hmm. Less liability.
1099s are business owners. I want y'all to understand, like, where the market is going. Tradition does not trump reality. Right now, you cannot afford not to accept reality. Like, you can't afford it anymore. Like, it's no longer something that you can be like, oh, I just work a job. Mm-hmm. I'm telling y'all, man, you would make more money by going ahead and making that leap now to go and say, I'm gonna suffer and sacrifice through the pain. Because it's two different types of pains. The pain of, how can I put it? Because I'm going to say this wrong. It's the pain of regret.
Mm-hmm. I think you got failing pains and then you got growing pains.
So you got the pain of regret or the pain of discipline.
Mm-hmm.
The pain of regret is saying this. Hey, look, I regret it. I didn't start 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I regret it. I didn't take that $50. Mm-hmm. I regretted that the pain of this